Good morning. The ceremony will begin shortly. Please take a moment to silence all electronic devices. As a gentle reminder for all personnel participating in the ceremony should exercise caution to ensure that wings will not be pinned in an aggressive manner that would cause any injury to the soldiers. All pinning ceremonies must be conducted with the utmost respect and for the dignity and physical well-being of the graduates. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of Alpha Company, 2nd Battalion, 210th Aviation Regiment, 128th Aviation Brigade, Captain Sarah Gion.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, Colonel Collins, Sergeant Major Wagner, our distinguished guest speaker, Lieutenant Colonel retired John Soper, families, friends, and soldiers. I'm Captain Sarah Jun, the commander of the Chinook Maintenance Course Company, and it's an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the graduation of our newest 15 uniforms. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of one another as you step into roles that will keep Army Aviation mission ready day in and day out. Excuse me, and also the 15 tangos. To the families, thank you. I know your support didn't start the day they shipped to basic. It started long before that, when you encouraged them to serve, stood by them through long calls, and reminded them who they were when things got hard. This journey is not just theirs, it's yours too. And today is your day to celebrate as much as theirs is. To the graduates, you chose to serve. In a time when comfort and convenience are easy choices, you chose something harder and better. You've pushed through early mornings, cold nights in the field, and drill sergeants who somehow never lost their voices. You've learned to turn wrenches with precision, read manuals like your life depends on it, because someday it might, and keep our aircraft and our people flying safe. Now you're headed to units across the Army where the work gets more real, the stake gets higher, and yes, the acronyms get worse. But here's the thing, you are ready, and more than that, you are needed. Never forget that your job keeps the mission moving. No Chinook or Blackhawk ever took off without a maintainer making it happen. Families, in just a moment, the graduates will come on stage row by row to receive their graduation certificates. Following receipts of their certifications, the graduates will line up in front of the stage for the pinning of their wings. We invite you to come forward to take as many photos as you would like. Finally, I would like to call the distinguished honor graduates, Specialist Weir, Specialist Lynch, Private First Class Anderson, and Private First Class Sprague up to the front to receive a brigade coin on behalf of Colonel Holcroft, our brigade commander. These students had the highest GPA in their class and no negative counselings. They excelled in all aspects of military performance during their time in advanced training. Please give them a round of applause.
At this time, we'd like to recognize all veterans in attendance and watching online. Thank you for your selfless service and sacrifice in the defense of our nation. Distinguished guests, family members, and friends, on behalf of the 128th Aviation Brigade Command Team, welcome to today's graduation ceremony for 15 Tango UH-60 helicopter repair classes 085 and 086-25, as well as 15 uniform cargo helicopter repair classes 35-25 and 36-25. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation given by our Chaplain Coltrane and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Good morning to you all. I invite you to pray in your faith tradition as I pray in mine. Let us pray. Holy God, I pray your blessings on the leadership, the trainers, the drill sergeants, the cadre and graduates and their families. I pray that their dedicated efforts increase the readiness and capabilities of our ranks. As the newest members of the aviation family receive their wings today, may these soldiers stay motivated and inspired as they support and defend freedom in our country. As always, I ask you to keep us and to help us complete our mission with excellence. In your holy name, amen.
Please be seated. Army aviation maintenance training began at Fort Eustis, Virginia in 1954. Since its beginning, Fort Eustis has continued a legacy of maintenance training excellence, training active duty, National Guard, and Army Reserve soldiers, along with Air Force personnel and international partners with a lineage that dates back to Operation Just Cuz in Panama. The Army redesignated the United States Army Aviation Logistics School as the 128th Aviation Brigade on February 1st, 2012. Today, the 128th Aviation Brigade trains over 5,500 soldiers annually in every Army aviation helicopter specialty. A 15 Tango UH-60 helicopter repairer is primarily responsible for the maintenance of the UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters. They remove and install aircraft subsystem assemblies such as engines, rotors, gearboxes, transmissions, and mechanical flight controls, service and lubricate aircraft and subsystems, prepare aircraft for inspections and maintenance checks, and diagnose and troubleshoot faults for all aircraft components. A 15 uniform cargo helicopter repairer is primarily responsible for the overall maintenance of the CH-47 Chinook helicopter. They perform tasks such as the removal and installation of aircraft subsystem assemblies. These include engines, rotors, gearboxes, transmissions, and mechanical flight controls. They also perform services, inspections, repairs, maintenance checks, and diagnose and troubleshoot faults for all aircraft components. The guest speaker for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel John G. Soper. Lieutenant Colonel John Soper has been a defense contractor for the MITRE Corporation, a government think tank, for the last 15 years, since his retirement from the Air Force after 21 years of service. Please refer to Lieutenant Colonel Soper's biography in your program to learn more about their selfless service to our nation. Please join us in giving a warm welcome to Lieutenant Colonel John G. Soper.
Good morning. Wow, what an honor to be here and celebrate this day with you guys. I know it's a lot of hard work and culminating here this morning. And you're probably asking, why is an Air Force guy up here doing the graduation ceremony? And two reasons for that, I think. The first one is I'm a former pilot. I'll talk about that in a minute. But there's a bond between the crew chiefs and the pilots. And I think that transcends services. I bring it to you from my perspective in the Air Force, but it applies in the Army as well. And oh, by the way, my son is graduating, so you know it's another reason in there. I'm Lieutenant Colonel John Soper. Flew B-52s for 12 years, and then went over to the B-2 stealth bomber for 9 years. And my call sign is Suds. My friends call me Suds. Okay, last name Soper, Suds, right? it could have been worse. The first one they had for me was Bubbles, but I got lucky. SUD with a Z, make it cool. But I wanted to mention about today about not only a little bit about the pilot crew chief relationship, but also to challenge you as you step out of here to personally grow, to continually improve. And so I'm going to give you what we as pilots do, because we have the same desire. We want to grow continuously. And so I want to give you a tool in your toolkit. I call it the art of the debrief. I don't know if you guys do debriefs in your career field, but boy, it is big in the pilot community. It's the most important part on a training mission is the debrief, and so I wanted to give that to you today. I don't get very many opportunities. I didn't get very many opportunities to befriend my crew chiefs. We were separated. That's just how the Air Force did that. But there were many opportunities, and we shared a common bond. We were very proud of the airplane that we're flying and the mission that we're doing and the preparation that we did. And the crew chiefs, similarly, were very proud of their aircraft. And you could just see it. Just the most minuscule error, and they took offense to it because they wanted that thing to be right. We pull up in the bus to the airplane, and we could see them running all over the place, doing their last-minute stuff. But when we showed up there and we pulled up in front, it was like they were waiting for an hour for us, There was an even specialer bond when we get an opportunity to fly with the crew chiefs. And, man, that was awesome to be able to do that because, they work on it, but they just don't get an opportunity to go up and actually see it happen. And so those were fantastic when we did that, to listen as the aircraft takes off and the pilot steps on the brakes to stop those big, huge tires from turning, and the sound of the doors closing, the air refueling boom coming overhead, and the wind noise from it, and then that big clunk as it hits the back. That's a wonderful opportunity for the crew chiefs to see that. And so we had a great time on those. What we would do, though, we got to mess with you guys. And so we would do this thing where we would be low altitude, and the B-52 controls were not very responsive. It's big. It's 180 feet wide. There's 500,000 pounds is how much that aircraft weighed, 300,000 pounds of fuel, most of it all in the wings. And so when you want that thing to turn, it ain't going to happen really quick. And so as an instructor, what I would do is I would teach guys. I'd say, okay, think of it this way. You want to make that turn, but think of it as when you make the control wheel to this direction here, a door opens up in the back, and a whole bunch of fat squirrels come out, and they run out over onto the wing, and then the wing slowly turns over, and you want squirrels to stop, then you go back this way, and you want them to come back in, you go this way. And so it just taught people that, hey, you got to be patient when you do that. And so when we're low altitude with the crew chief there in the middle seat, I would, look at the crew chief, get his attention, and then go like this on the control panel, and then I'd say, hey, co-pilot, are your controls working? And you do the same thing. And then we look back at him and hopefully see his eyes, like silver dollars, but it never phases them. I don't know if they knew it was coming or what, but we were never able to fool them with that. The best mission that I had with the crew chief, though, was we were deploying over to Guam, and we got to go against the Navy. And the aircraft carrier that was there, they wanted to practice defense against a Russian or a Chinese bomber coming in doing some low-altitude cruise missile attacks on them. And so we were that offensive force. And so we're down, 500 feet or so above the water and going about 400 knots. And we're doing our thing, and it was kind of boring. That we would just go on different axes, and the Navy would shoot us down at whatever distance. And then we were done. And so we could only go within a certain distance of the carrier, so we went by, and we were on our way out, and all of a sudden they came on the radio and they said, hey, can you guys come back for a low pass? And I think what happened was, as we went by, you know, that big tail is like 50, 60 feet tall. I think it was like a shark fin, you know, that was going across through the mist over there, and the carrier saw it and said, hey, come on back. So they went from being very businesslike to all of a sudden a lot of enjoyment. So we turned around and we came back and flew up real close, 500 feet-ish. We could see the people that were all lined up there on the edge. The crew chief had a video camera, and he's watching the whole thing, and flew right up next to the carrier. What I wanted to do was I wanted to do like this, you know, fighter brake turn, you know, and kind of go like this in front, give him a good shot, good camera shot off the bow of the carrier. Nah, turn the wheel, the door opens, the little fat squirrels start running out. So it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but it was a good time for the crew chief and the bonding moments that we had there. Then after 12 years, I went over and flew the B-2, and on one of our deployments to Guam, I had already come back, and there were 2 more aircraft that were out there, and the last aircraft to depart had a malfunction. And as soon as they took off, the aircraft started to do what the aircraft wanted to do versus what the pilot wanted to do. It's one of the problems with fly-by-wire aircraft is you're not really flying it. You have a vote, but the airplane decides what you're going to do. And at that time, at that situation, rain had been getting into places it's not supposed to, and it caused a malfunction. And as the aircraft took off, very heavy, maximum weight from Guam, took off, the aircraft thought it was in a stall. And normally that's a really critical phase of flight, but you know, you're accelerating, so you go through that really quick. But the aircraft said, hey, this is not good, and so it dumped the nose back down towards the runway. And then when it got a little bit of a speed, it said, okay, we're flying again. And then it popped up. And so it ended up doing this, and it got worse and worse until it was going to hit the ground for the last time, and the pilots punched out. We didn't think that, actually weren't sure that the ejection seats worked, because, you know, we thought that when, you know, we were joking, but that if you did pull the handles, you would see the face of the president and the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, going, no, try one more time. But it really did happen, and 2 guys ejected. And I bring that story up because imagine the thoughts going through the crew chiefs. The crew chiefs in the Air Force anyway, they weren't done until the aircraft took off. They watched every one. They got that thing all ready. They wanted to see that thing depart, so they were out there watching that. And my heart goes out to them because they were, in their minds, they were going, was that me? Did I do that? So I bring that story up for you because I know you know this, but I'll say it. This is serious stuff, what we do. And on the pilot side, we take it very seriously. We take these training opportunities. You're going to give me a $2 billion airplane, and you're going to let me fly it around for 5 hours. I'm going to use every single minute of that. I'm going to do 8 hours of mission planning ahead of time. I'm going to have objectives, measurable objectives, and when we go out, we're going to do it. And then when we come back, we're going to debrief. And we'll spend 4, 6, 8 hours debriefing, depending on how the sortie went, every single part of that, because we treat every opportunity like that as a training opportunity for the real thing. And we don't want to waste it. And that's what I wanted to encourage you guys to, as you graduate, to commit yourself to self-improvement. And so I want to tell you what we use as our tool, and I want you to incorporate this into your actions on the flight line afterwards. So here's the art of the debrief that we would do. The first thing is, 4 steps. The steps are what happened, and then the second thing is what went well. The third step is what did not go well, and the fourth step is what are we going to do about it. Pretty common sense, right? But you would be amazed how many people don't want to do that because they don't want step 3. I don't want anybody to know that I screwed up. In the pilot world, man, we are brutal with each other. Nobody gets away with the smallest infraction. Everybody sees everything, a bunch of type A personalities, you know. So I would encourage you, as you get opportunities, they put a Black Hawk, a Chinook in front of you for you to work on, for you to do your mission. Use that opportunity wisely, because there's not enough of them before you're going to have to do it for real. And when you get done with whatever you've done, whether it's your team or you personally, what happened? You'd be surprised how many times when you just sit down and you say, what happened, that's where the problems are. Well, I thought it was this. I thought it was this. I thought the sergeant said this. I thought the sergeant said this. And just by talking about it and getting that first step out of the way, what happened? You can clarify a lot of things. That's not the point where you start blame. That's later. That's step 3. Step 2 is what happened well. Because what happens is we focus on the stuff that's wrong, and we don't recognize the fact that, man, you had a really good day. You actually did some really great stuff. Yeah, you had that mistake. And we'll talk about that. But skip over that part. I tell you, there's a lot of people in this room that thrive on praise. That thrive on praise. And if you don't give that to them, give them that opportunity, it hurts. And so before you consider it giving the Novocaine to him before you pull his tooth, right? So the first step is what happened. The second step, the Novocaine, the good stuff that happened. And then the next step is, okay, we got to talk frankly about the mistakes. What happened? Why did this happen? And then you can't stop there, right? Because if you stop there, then you're just going to repeat the same mistake next time. How foolish is that, right? How foolish is that to make the same mistake over and over again? And so I'm encouraging you to go that next level and do what you got to do personally or as a team to fix whatever that problem was. The art of the debrief. I tell you, it's not as easy as it sounds. It sounds pretty easy, but when you actually do it, man, your flesh rises up. It gets very uncomfortable. And so you have to be good at doing it. But if it's you personally doing it, you don't have to do that. You just got to be honest with yourself. So my question to you is, I know you're serious about being a crew chief. What else are you serious about in your life? What else deserves your attention, your analysis, your self-evaluation? Are you serious about being a father, about a husband? Maybe gaming is your thing. Wouldn't this apply in the gaming community? I know a lot of you guys are gamers. You know, don't you get tired when you make the same mistakes over and over again with your team on the game? Talk about it. What happened? What went good? What went bad? And what do we need to fix for next time? Your pilots are very serious. That's why I'm telling you this. This is what we do. We're very serious about every single opportunity that we have to fly. We don't take it for granted, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. Put yourself in a continuous mode of self-improvement, self-evaluation, so that you just get better and better. If you make the same mistake twice, you should beat yourself up for it in a good way. Don't just beat yourself up. Okay, what am I going to do about it? How am I going to fix this? Never stop growing. I'm proud of you guys. God bless you. God bless the United States Army. God bless the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor that we will now present the diplomas to the graduates. Please feel free to move around and take photos throughout the presentation. The distinguished graduate is that soldier who received the highest marks throughout the course. These graduates are selected on an academic standing, leadership, physical fitness, and discipline. The distinguished graduate will receive a certificate of achievement from the 128th Aviation Brigade and a brigade coin. The distinguished graduate for UH-60 Helicopter Repair Class 085-25 is Specialist Gregory Weir. Specialist Gregory Weir is from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, and will be assigned to the Wisconsin National Guard. The distinguished graduate for 15 Tango UH-60 Helicopter Repair Class 086-25 is Specialist Gavin Lynch. Specialist Lynch is from Belmont, Mississippi, and will be assigned to the Mississippi National Guard. The distinguished graduate for the CH-47 Cargo Helicopter Repair Class 35-25 is Private First Class Wilhelm Anderson. Private First Class Anderson is from Gothenburg, Sweden, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The distinguished graduate for CH-47 Cargo Helicopter Repair Class 036-25 is Private First Class Andrew Sprague. Private First Class Sprague is from Surf City, North Carolina, and will be assigned to the 1st Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Riley, Kansas. The honor graduate is that soldier who is the second highest graduate of their class. They will receive a certificate of achievement from the 128th Aviation Brigade. The honor graduate for 15 Tango UH-60 Helicopter Repairer Class 085-25 is Specialist Garrett Lynch. Specialist Lynch is from Belmont, Mississippi, and will be assigned to the Mississippi National Guard. The honor graduate for 15 Tango UH-60 Helicopter Repairer Class 086-25 is Private First Class Jaden Christensen. Private First Class Christensen is from Layton, Utah, and will be assigned to the 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, Hunter Army Airfield, Georgia. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. The undergraduate for 15 uniform CH-47 Cargo Helicopter Repair Class 035-25 is Private Second Class Gunner Stevens. Private Second Class Stevens is from Sprango, Washington, and will be assigned to the 82nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. The undergraduate for 15 uniform CH-47 Cargo Helicopter Repair Class 036-25 is Private First Class Jakalis Algarin. Private First Class Algarin is from Springfield, Massachusetts, and will be assigned to the 25th Combat Aviation Brigade, Wheeler Army Airfield, Hawaii. The UH-60 Helicopter Repair Class graduates are Specialist Anthony Maheenan, Specialist Maheenan is from Los Angeles, California, and will be assigned to the California National Guard. Private First Class Judd Doty. Private First Class Doty is from Memphis, Tennessee, and will be assigned to the Tennessee National Guard. Private First Class Luke Jackson. Private First Class Jackson is from Roanoke, Virginia, and will be assigned to the Virginia National Guard. Private First Class Kyle Kennedy. Private First Class Kennedy is from Layton, Utah, and will be assigned to the 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, Hunter Army Airfield, Georgia. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Private First Class William Scott. Private First Class Scott is from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, and will be assigned to the 101st Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private First Class Hunter Zins. Private First Class Zins is from Mount Green, Utah, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Private Second Class Luis Borrero. Private Second Class Borrero is from West Haven, Connecticut, and will be assigned to the Connecticut National Guard. Private Second Class Caden Butler. Private Second Class Butler is from Meridian, Mississippi, and will be assigned to the Mississippi National Guard. Private Second Class Justin Steinspring. Private Second Class Steinspring is from Fairmount, West Virginia, and will be assigned to the 4th Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Carson, Colorado. Private First Class Ethan Prestwood. Private First Class Prestwood is from Sparta, Wisconsin, and will be assigned to the 4th Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Carson, Colorado. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Private First Class Norbert Smelly. Private First Class Smelly is from Jersey City, New Jersey, and will be assigned to the New Jersey National Guard. Private First Class Tyler Soper. Private First Class Soper is from West Newport News, Virginia, and will be assigned to the Virginia National Guard. Private First Class Wyatt Martinez. Private First Class Wyatt Martinez is from Wimberley, Texas, and will be assigned to the Texas National Guard. Private Second Class Ezekiel Matutino. Private Second Class Matutino is from Hilo, Hawaii, and will be assigned to the Hawaii National Guard. Private Second Class Cody Moon. Private Second Class Moon is from Owasso, Michigan, and will be assigned to the 101st Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private Second Class Charles Ruley. Private Second Class Ruley is from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and will be assigned to the Fort Knox, Kentucky Reserves. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Private Second Class Ashton Schultz. Private Second Class Schultz is from Duncan, Nebraska, and will be assigned to the Nebraska National Guard. Private Second Class Samuel Turner. Private Second Class Turner is from Brandenburg, Kentucky, and will be assigned to the Fort Knox, Kentucky. Private Second Class John Watson. Private Second Class Watson is from Destin, Florida, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. The CH-47 cargo helicopter repair class graduates are Specialist Mark Ibe. Specialist IB is from Norfolk, Virginia, and will be assigned to the 224th Expeditionary Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Eustis, Virginia. Private First Class Andre Genius. Private First Class Genius is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and will be assigned to the Pennsylvania National Guard. Private First Class Jerry Lehigh IV. Private First Class Lehigh is from Clarksville, Tennessee, and will be assigned to the 160th Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Private Second Class Arnaldo Lopez Reynoso. Private Second Class Lopez Reynoso is from Yonkers, New York, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Private Second Class Drew Maddox. Private Second Class Drew Maddox is from Coleman, Alabama, and will be assigned to the Alabama National Guard. Private Second Class Ashton Mertz. Private Second Class Mertz is from Rosemount, Minnesota, and will be assigned to the Minnesota National Guard. Private Second Class Gabriel Nevades. Private Second Class Nevadas is from Corsicana, Texas, and will be assigned to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Private Second Class Charlie Bettis. Private Second Class Bettis is from Sanger, California, and will be assigned to the California National Guard. Private Second Class Ranoslav Prechovsky. Private Second Class Prechovsky is from Charleston, South Carolina, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Specialist Malcolm McGregor. Specialist McGregor is from Hollywood, California, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private First Class Joshua Bricky. Private First Class Bricky is from Dallas, Texas, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private First Class Braden Riley. Private First Class Riley is from Orange County Falls, New York, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Private Second Class Chavano Bell. Private Second Class Bell is from Hermiston, Oregon, and will be assigned to the Oregon National Guard. Private Second Class Osvaldo Cortez. Private Second Class Cortez is from Fresno, California, and will be assigned to the California National Guard. Private Second Class Maurice McLean. Private Second Class McLean is from Marietta, Georgia, and will be assigned to the 10th Combat Aviation Brigade, Fort Drum, New York. Private Second Class Johansi Medina. Private Second Class Medina is from Bronx, New York, and will be assigned to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Family members and guests selected for pinning, please come forward now to honor our graduates as they prepare to take the next step in their Army aviation careers. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the newest members of the Army Aviation family. We now turn to a special part of our ceremony. The distinguished graduate will present a token of appreciation to Lieutenant Colonel John G. Soper. This symbolizes our sincere gratitude for their presence and the wisdom they have imparted. Their words today have not only enlightened us, but have also added a meaningful dimension to this important milestone in our graduates' journey. The team of non-commissioned officers and civilian instructors who trained and mentored the graduates are assigned to the 1st Battalion, 222nd Aviation Regiment, and Alpha and Bravo Company, 2nd Battalion, 210th Aviation Regiment. Together, this outstanding team instructed your soldiers in discipline, physical fitness, warrior tasks and battle drills, and fundamental aviation maintenance practices. They led and mentored America's sons and daughters so that one day they too may become a non-commissioned officer. The drill sergeants and instructors for today's graduating classes are Drill Sergeant Majid Haraji, Drill Sergeant Curtis Arnett, Staff Sergeant Alexander Morelli, Staff Sergeant Joshua Aston, Staff Sergeant Braxton Kalingison, and Staff Sergeant Yakov Abramowitz. Please join us in giving a round of applause to these outstanding drill sergeants and instructors. Please rise for the playing of the Aviation song and the Army song. We ask that all soldiers in uniform remain standing and join us in reciting the Aviation Mechanics Creed and Soldier's Creed. Family and friends, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's graduation ceremony. Please come forward to congratulate your soldiers and take photographs. Thank you for attending Above the Best, Born Under Fire.